Hello and welcome to the UK Minifigure Collectors YouTube channel, the only channel to focus primarily on minifigures. Today I've got a plea video. Essentially it's an ID, but I thought it's an interesting way to have a look at these minifigures. The plea came in from Ghostbusters Italia member Federico Toy. So the mystery is with these three Real Ghostbuster minifigures. So these three little guys have actually been appearing in and around Italy so far. They've been going for quite a few years as well. Apparently the actual material does feel like vintage rubber. So maybe the 90s, we just don't know. They're all officially marked as well, so we know they're not bootlegs. So let's take a closer look at the actual sculpts themselves. So the first sculpt, Purple Ghost as we've labelled him, is a really cool sculpt. This is very similar to Mohawk Ghost from Real Ghostbusters, but I'm loving this mohawk that comes down the back and the detail on his backside there. Like the hands seem to be a little bit off, but these are really cool and they're very different to the actual Real Ghostbusters companion ghosts. Next up is Yellow Ghost, again very similar to Little Hopper from the cartoon series, but I love the detail that's gone into this. These little accentuations on the balls of fat over his legs and on his arms, just really cool, but the face strikes so hard on this. I'm loving the way they haven't gone the way of the sort of companion ghosts though, really important. And lastly we have Slimer, everyone's favourite of all the Ghostbuster ghosts. Now the actual proportions on this are really accurate to the actual cartoon version, and it's better than what 90% of the figures actually were, in my opinion. It's a really cool sculpt. I love the way everything is balanced, especially the way the eyes are looking the same way. Now I'm sure the more dedicated Ghostbuster fan out there is probably thinking that Slimer is just a pencil top version. And thankfully we've got some pictures just to have a look at that were sent in by Bobby 80s, who's a huge Ghostbuster fan, who's let us borrow these, and thank you very much for that. But we do have some comparison pictures. Now you can see on the one on the right is actually not just darker green, but it's also a lot smaller. Now if you flip it over and look at the bottom, you can actually see there's a hole in the pencil top, but not in the other one. So I must add, there is actually a proposed fourth one, but the size is not in comparison with these ones. It's the same size, but being a Marshmallow Man just doesn't seem to fit in, and until Federico has it in hand, he's not willing to commit until he can verify it. So let's talk size and weight. Size wise, they're about the same sort of size as a Real Ghostbuster companion figure and an OMFG the Pog figure. But weight wise, because they're a hard rubber, they're really dense, so they're a lot more heavy than normal. The yellow and purple ghost designs seem to appear on a lot of the early concept stuff. For instance, you can see them on the water zapper, in the promo for the original cartoon, and they also appear on a pinball machine, but there's lots of stuff that they actually appear on. We found loads just having a quick look, which is why we're under the impression that they're very early sort of merchandise. That and the fact that they are marked. So maybe you can help to solve this Ghostbusters enigma. Is it possible you had these minifigures as a child or remember seeing them in the shops and how they were packaged? I'd like to personally thank Federico Toy for not just reaching out to me, but supplying all the content for this video. Also, a huge thank you to Bobby 80s for allowing the use of his photos. And with that, thank you very much for watching the video. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like, and I hope to catch you all again next time.